it's in the number. And we have minus numbers, and she mentioned John 3:16 that it's in the other page in this side. Here it will start. So these quotes are like if you were quoting, for example, we are quoting a book. So this book has a translation that is official or different translations because in the Bible we have different translations, not because they say different things, the same text, but maybe one can be in an actual language and now it's easier to listen, and we talk about the Bible in 1916 that they were using. So this part of looking for these, as so mentioned, or whether you learn the verse, I knew it like from my memory because it's one of the most famous one. If they are saying, "Let's go John chapter verse 3:16," okay, let's go to John verse 9, like how God have like their first the that's why they say, like, I mean, they exactly say it like that. If I already know it, that I have it like here in my knowledge or I keep it. But if I don't know it, or whether I translate it at the moment, I interpret it, or I look for it. It's better to look for it because it is more exact. And it's like if you were quoting, I don't know, like for example, Gandhi, or if you were quoting Churchill, okay, in this case. So it is the same way, and if you look for that, imagine you're looking for this. So it's Leviticus chapter 18, verse 56. Do you have one name, other numbers, and you say, okay, I have to look for this in the moment because I don't have it in my head. I have to say it on the microphone, the quote, so everyone can look at this in their Bible, and then all of that is happening so that I can say the quote at the moment. Yes, literally. Yes. Yes. I know that happens with numbers, with names as well. The names of the books, they are another thing because um for example, I don't know, apocalypse. We could say apocalypse. I think that it will be apocalypse, and we have that tone, like the accent, yes, and the English accent, apocalypse, but no, apocalypse, it's not like that. It's not interpreted like apocalypse, but it's more revelations. So that's why, like, for example, the interpretation is the other way around from English to Spanish. Obviously, the pastor is going to speak in Revelations 24:6. No, and then the interpreter has to know that it's not revelation or revelations, as we could say. Yes, let's go to the Revelations book. No, it does not exist in Spanish. We have to say apocalypse. So we have a constant study that in any area we could see it. And for us, it has happened like we have a lot of before in this part of the quotes. Yes, because then the names maybe like for example, Pablo in English is Paul, there is Jesus, Jesus. But it's more like an expression, like Jesus that, whatever. But later you are talking like a name that is very perverse, Nabucodonosor, that it was a king of Babylonia during the period of Prophet Daniel. One will think that it is very difficult, but it is very easy because Nabucodonosor, that will be in English. But for example, if you have the name of, I don't know, Santiago, that was one of Jesus' disciples, the Santiago will not be Santiago in English, but will be James. So imagine you're looking for in that moment for that. And if you don't have all of that context, if you don't have that background, okay, it's Santiago is a disciple or this kind of thing, Nabucodonosor, it was the king of Babylon. Um, then the name it changes. And if we don't have the context of the story, it is worse. Because if we are giving the message and it is literally but as an interpreters, we don't move because of